All right. Let's get started. I want to officially welcome everyone to tonight's session. We're going to be talking about Agile project management. Yeah, it's not only Agile that's it, but we're going to talk about others, but Agile first. Agile is extremely important project management methodology. You can call it methodology, you can call it approach, you can call it framework, whichever name. There are a way of managing a project to get a good result. Yeah, that's what makes you a professional. You're a professional because you use a framework to manage a project, and others do not apply any kind of framework while managing their project. Agile is one of the, in short, for now, is the most popular project management methodology, and it continues to grow because it delivers value. Almost all the big companies we're hearing today, they use Agile. So in a simple term, Agile is a flexible method of managing a project while taking account of customers' need. Very flexible, and you take account of customers' need into consideration. Equally, is very good for managing projects in complex environments. You use Agile while managing projects with Agile. You break tasks into, or project deliverables into, smaller manageable portion. You can deliver within a small period of time continuously. That is Agile. Is the first company that has been there, but the first company that used Agile to cause disruption, we'll call disruption. You know, most of the companies we are seeing today, big companies, they are all disruptors. Changing the status quo, that is disruption. They've changed the status quo, and most of them use this Agile to change the status quo. Starting from Apple. Apple is a very popular company globally. They are the maker of Mac notebook. They are the maker of iPhone. They started with iPhone. Before, some of you who are ancients like me, I'm among the ancients here because most of you are not my mates. You know, we talk about Nokia. How many of you use Nokia here? How many of you? Nokia.
I did.
Okay. So
I did use no.
you use Nokia. How many of you use 3310? Okay. So then all of us that use, everybody that use Nokia here should be respecting them. They are not TikTok big people. You know? Okay. We use 3310. If you smash 3310 on the ground, it's not going nothing is going to happen. You can use 3310 to break somebody's head, and they will still remain, can't be. So Nokia happened to be the number one then. Nokia started, they monopolized the market. But their problem is that they don't consult the customers. They just produce anything and send it to the market, and we start buying. Whether we like it or not, they don't care. No review, no nothing. So that is those days of GSM. Over time, even BlackBerry comes, Samsung, they were just doing the same thing with Nokia. By then, Nokia is already the king of the market. So many companies came, Motorola, all of them are cartel, but they couldn't shake Nokia. Nokia's remain getting back. Is a product of Finland, I think, yeah, Finland. So, and Apple came in. Apple started producing iPhone. And what Apple do is that Apple will produce a version, they will roll it out in the market, they will collect views. What is customers saying? Customers will making comments, they do this and that. Out of all the comments the customers make, they will go back and they add all those features that the customer requested. They call it version 2. That is iPhone 2. So within 6 months, another version will launch. They will even want to tell you, bring back the old version, add small money, take the new version. And people started trooping in. And that's it. They take over the market. That is agile in nature, consulting the market, trying to know what the market need, giving market what they need, keep on evolving. They didn't want to develop everything at the same time. They keep on developing bit by bit, adding features, small features, small features, to the extent we have iPhone 17 on now. So, and Pro Max, this, that. All of them, you are seeing they consult the market every time before they release their version. And that is it. And other companies saw what is going on. They follow suit. Even Facebook. You saw when Facebook started, Facebook is just very skeletal. It's just a tiny application we use to send pictures to family and friend. You can't even use it to make videos. It's only pictures. And people say, hey, if we can use it to send videos as well, it's going to be good. They say, okay. They go back, they add video. Also, my God. They say, well, if you can use it to make live video, it's going to be extremely good. They go back and say, they add. So you see the way they keep on adding, and everybody is then Facebook. And today, Facebook is now becoming, is like part of our life, part of our system. All these things are agile. Agile. You see so many companies today, you don't hear about them. They don't consult market. All these big brands like Coca-Cola, so many of them, they do not consult market, and that's why you see so many of them, they are just there. They are just there. Because people's appetite changes all the time. You need to follow people and their appetite. You can't just be cooking something and be giving people what you want. Take out restaurants that try to understand what their customers need. They always be trending. Some people will feel, I'm already there. I have the name. You know, I'm there. Customers are just going to leave. And that is what it is. So agile, that is the way agile works. So let's look into our notes and see some of the principles behind agiles. We have solid principles, solid guidelines surrounding agile. Some of the rules, agile come with their own rules. The method of conventional project management is different from agile method. The name of conventional method is different from agile. In conventional method of project management, which is waterfall, we call project managers. In agile, they don't call it project manager, they call it scrum masters. The difference is that the project manager, they see project manager as a boss. in Agile, they see Scrum Master as a servant leader. And a servant leader is always there for the people and is always winning people's attention. Is there for the people, people's people. But they see conventional project manager as a dictator. So that's it. So it's two opposing scenarios in project management. So companies are migrating. Every companies, if they are not using Agile full time, they are using it halfway. A lot of companies do. They use the best of Agile, they use the best of waterfall, they combine it, and we call it Agile or hybrid project management. So, looking at these notes, we have Agile, we have waterfall, which is traditional. You can call it traditional or legacy. When you hear traditional or legacy, you mean they are talking about waterfall. That is the original method of project management. And then we have Prince 2. Prince 2 is project in control environment and is developed by the UK government. It's a bit hybrid. It has the best of Agile and the best of waterfall. It's extremely good, but it's equally losing its popularity because of Agile as well. Okay, that is Agile, and then this is the way Agile looks like. Look at this diagram. That is Agile methodology. So Agile have a very powerful framework Agile uses in managing projects, and that framework is what we call Scrum. Scrum is a framework in Agile used for managing projects in complex environments. What do you mean complex environment? There's some project management environment we call complex. Why do we call it complex? You can start a project, but you don't know how this project is going to end. You keep on, it's like you are building tower of, some of you know what we call, some of you who read Bible, you know, there's what we call Tower of Babel in the Bible. They keep on building. They don't know where they are going to. They say they want to see God. They keep on building. It has no doubt they keep on adding blocks. They keep on going on. So most complex projects are like that. You are building, but you don't know how it's going to end. We are working on a solution you don't know how to end. And we have so many solutions like that today. One of them, which is our very good friend, is Facebook. It's a complex environment. It's a complex project. Why is it a complex project? When Mark started this project, this application, Mark do not know that this app will turn out to be what it is today. Mark never in his wildest imagination know that they are going to use it even for marketing, even video, even it becomes like a global square. He never knew it's going to be this way. And it's continuing to grow. We do not know how it's going to go. Over time, it might even become everything we do here, because once they build something like wallet, which is Elon Musk trying to do with Twitter, that is one of the things he got in his roadmap. He's going to build a bank inside it. So once you're inside there, you can do every kind of business you want. It's not easy anyway, but they are keep on trying it. So it's complex. You don't know what you keep on thinking something might come tomorrow. You keep thinking out of box, being creative. Just like all this Apple, iPhone, we don't know how iPhone is going to end. So these are complex environments. You keep on researching, and that's what have most of them believe in research and development. They keep on researching, but a simple environment or a simple project where waterfall trend is like building a house. If you want to build a duplex or a bungalow, 5-bedroom bungalow or 4-bedroom bungalow, it's a very simple project. You know, once you have a prototype, you know how it's going to end, and that's it. If you have a window, you have a window. You can repaint, you can do, but that is the design. That simple project. But some projects, you keep on building and building. So most of the softwares, the point I'm making, almost all the softwares we are using are complex projects because you keep on adding value, constantly adding value on that softwares. And those people who are building it, they did never know. So it's based on what the appetite of the market. The market appetite can change and the developers will start doing research. And then they keep on adding something. All this code we are saying is trial and error. That's trial and error. None of them is there. They keep mixing code together to see what it can. It's just like mixing colors. That's what these developers are doing. And after trying, something come out. After trying, we come out with OpenAI. And now, you see, we find out something that even we want to mimic human being, but we've built something that is more intelligent than human. So that's it. So that is complex environment. All you are seeing here, that is Scrum. Scrum is a framework inside Agile. The way it works is that here we have product backlog. This is product backlog. Product backlog, in other words, is called project requirements. It's requirement document. So, but in Agile or Scrum, we call it backlog. And this is what we call planning, sprint planning. So inside Scrum, there is a time frame through which the team can deliver a project. That time frame is what we call sprint. It means that you can choose within this time frame. It's a bit flexible, but it's not that so flexible. You can choose between 1 week to 1 month. You must deliver a value. No matter how small it is, you and your team must bring something to the table. If you choose 1 week, every 1 week you are going to bring the stakeholders to show them what you have built. Every 1 week, if you choose 2 weeks, every 2 weeks you are going to bring the stakeholders to show them what you have built. We call it minimum viable product. You must provide a minimum viable value. And that is why it's very good, because it's constantly generating values. So stakeholders see as their investment is bringing something to table on constant basis. You keep on bringing something to table. But in waterfall, when a project starts, the stakeholders has to wait. If it is 6 months project, they have to wait for 6 months for the team to finish building whatever they are building before they will come and say, we have finished our work. This is how it looks like. And this is extremely dangerous situation. If the team have made a mistake, then it's going to be difficult trying to break everything down or to start afresh again. But in this case, you see they are developing what we call minimum viable product. Is that is working. It has been tested and trusted, is working. So they are bringing small value that is working, adding it to the bigger system. So you see what they are bringing. So if it's a 6 months project, the stakeholders can start seeing value within 1 month. Every month, you can start bringing value. Every month, value. Every month, like say, this is The software we are using here is called Google Doc. If we ask a team to produce this Google Doc under waterfall environment, the stakeholders are not going to see any of these features until after 6 months. Then we invite stakeholders to show them what we've done, we finish our work. But if we are using Agile, every month we are going to invite stakeholders to tell them, yes, this is what we plan to achieve in this project. We are planning to achieve, create a file, create edit, create this. But this week, this is what we have built. Under file, we've created something, or we've created file this month. We bring them, we show them how file is working. You can equally even start using file to do your work. The next month we come and tell them we are finished working on edit, and see if the way is working, you are free to start using it. We come, so you see, they started enjoying their investment early enough. If there is changes, they can easily say, okay, please, after seeing this edit, I think we can change it this way, or we can change it this way. It's very flexible. So this is it. So after gathering requirements, the person that gathers the requirement is called the product owner. You own the product. You gather requirement from the stakeholder. Then you prioritize them under a product backlog. The most important will be on top. The least important will be at the bottom. And the team, when the Scrum team is set, the team will come to have what we call sprint planning. During sprint planning, they are going to pick items from the product backlog. They plan. After planning, the product backlog they pick become sprint backlog. And like that, they build on it. After building on it, they test, and that is it. That is increments. This is review where they show it to the stakeholders, and they come back again. It becomes a cycle, continuously cycling. See, all these things continuously cycling. Example of that is what we have here. If you look at this is a live project. A live project going on with me and my team. We are building this. This is what we are building our Zikora AI, and you can see here. See, this is a live project. So this is backlog. If you look at this is what we call backlog. Backlog. The team will come from here, from this backlog. They will pick some items from here. They put it here, and they finish. They continue to do it on and on and on and on till they finish. As we see here, let's see how it's working. So this is what we call sprint environment. Sprint environment, and this is the project team here. You see them? During the meeting, the sprint meeting, they come to this backlog here. They will pick items here from product backlog. They'll put it under the sprint, and they'll plan. You see, they select the amount of work they can finish within 2 weeks. That is it here. Then they will start refining it. During the refinement, this is what they call refinement. They will come to a work item here. They will open it. They will make sure that it's not ambiguous, that everybody understands the work very well. This is it. They will describe it. These ones are not yet described, but they will describe it, and they will add acceptance criteria, and they will save. They will come here. They will add what we call here is a story point. They will add story point. They say, let's give it 7. That is the story point. Story point means the complex, how complex it is. If it is so complex, then it's going to take more time to be worked upon. It helps the team to understand, this one is now, give this one 7 point story point. We come to this one. That is how we refine it. Refining, come into this one, we give it what story point are we going to give this one? You can see 9 points. You see 9 points. This one is done. And we come to this one. That is the refining. This is happened during the planning to make sure that the developers understand everything very well. And you come to this, you give it another story point, say another 9 points. That is planning. You are not doing it alone.
Sorry, Mr. Charles, you're not showing the page that you're describing. You're not sharing the screen that you're describing.
I'm sharing the screen. Okay. It means something happened. When did you stop seeing my screen?
Apologies, but we never saw it. We're still on the first page of lecture one.
It's been stagnated for a while now, so we thought we've been trying to make note of it.
Okay, that is network because it's on the same. It should be on the same. Should be network. Let's see. Okay, let me reshare it. Maybe it's network. I'll stop sharing and then share it again. Okay, let me share my entire screen to see if it's going to be better. Okay. So you can see this one. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is where we are. You guys were following.
Yes, I can.
You are following at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to show the live environment, live agile. Instead of showing a diagram like this, I took you guys to a live project. And this is it. This is the live project I took you guys to. And that's it here. So let's go back. Let me move these items back. And okay, what I was saying, this is what we call life environment if we are working on a project. So using Scrum, Agile Scrum, this is what all of you are going to be doing. If you come here, you see here, this is the timeline. This is where this is called epics. Under epics, we have a lot of user stories and tags. You see them here. So all these user stories, all of them are called product backlog items. So they're all product backlog items. So if you come here, you see the product backlog. They're all product backlog. You see them here. These are the work item here. We finish others. So these are the available work we have. If the team wants to work on that Scrum, they will come here from the product backlog. They will start picking items. They add it to the sprint environment. This place is called sprint environment. That is where you are going to plan the work you do. You move all the work to the sprint environment, and we have 3 work items. We move to work environment. And before you start, you do what we call refinement. Under refinement, if you see I click on this, it will open up a window here where I will have to do the refinement. I have to do the description. I have to add story points and make sure that everybody understands this particular user story. And this is what the user story is saying. As a content creator, I want text to video generation with auto caption. So that is it. What we are doing here, we are building AI system. So that's it. And after doing that, we agree that yes, we are happy with the amount of work we've selected. If you look at our story points, this one is 7, this one is 9, this one is 9. If you look at here, we have 25 story points. That is our capacity. We call it sprint velocity, the amount of work. With that, we see what we can do in 2 weeks. What we're going to be using here is 2-week sprints. And according to Agile, according to Scrum Guide, you can work, you can choose between 1 week to 4 weeks. You can't exceed 4 weeks under Agile, and you can't work below 1 week. So within this period of time, you choose any amount of time you and your team want. So we've planned our work and we want to start the sprint. And we click here, start the sprint. When we click here, we say select the duration we want. If you click on there here, you see we have 1 week, we have 2 weeks, we have 3 weeks, we have 4 weeks. And that is it. So we can choose any of these duration to complete this work. And we say we want to work on 2 weeks. So it means that every two weeks, we're going to be bringing something on table. And before you finish, you just have to state what you and your team plan to achieve. What do we plan to achieve? We can see Zikura MPV, I call it MPV. So well, let's look at, let me see the caption here where this work comes from. Make sure, because this is live project, and this is we finish all this, so this is where we are. So what we're working on is this. Video and YouTube automation. That is it here. So let's go back. Video and YouTube YouTube automation, and let's start. Must state the goal, what we plan to achieve. MPV of yeah, and we agreed, and we say start. Now, when we start, is now going to move us to this board. We call it Scrum board. So when we come to Scrum board, we'll have this card, call it card on that Scrum board, and that is it. In each board, in this board is to do. This is item that we are going to start working on. When we want to start any item we want to start working on, we put it in progress. After in progress, we put it on review for someone to test it. And after testing it and it's okay, we move it to done. And that's how we finish. We continue to work, and you see, we already have team members have already assigned themselves on each of the work items. All of them will start moving their work. They start working, and once they finish, they'll put it on review, and once finished, they'll put it on done. And while they are working, if they have an issue, they have a problem, they raise the flag. This is it here, add a flag. So they raise a flag. For instance, someone here, the laptop crashed, which is a problem. Say a laptop crashed. So, and then you raise a flag. So this is what the Scrum Master does. The Scrum Master will be here facilitating, organizing, looking for, if you have a question, you call Scrum Master, you tell the Scrum Master, because so many people working on this Agile do not know what Agile is all about. So the Scrum Master's duty is to be here to teach everybody on how to work in this environment. If everyone is having challenges, the Scrum Master will teach them or handle their challenges. For instance, someone having a crashed laptop, is the duty of the Scrum Master to run around, and either you bring a new laptop or you change the laptop. All you need to do is to get the guy back to work. And that is what the Scrum Master does. Troubleshooting, unblocking all the blockers, facilitating meeting. That is what you do here. The product backlog, what the product owner, what you do, you own the product backlog. All the work items they are working on is what you want them to work on. That is what they are going to work on. And the product owner, you have rights to cancel. Like this, we are working on this. The product owner can come say, oh guys, I want this to be canceled. And it will be canceled. So the product owner owns this environment, owns the work. The Scrum Master makes sure that the team delivers the work. Then the team, the dev team, the developers, their work is to convert the product, the user stories into a minimum viable product that can be converted to a small piece of code. So that is what they are doing. And you see, once the Scrum Master has solved this problem, you need to remove the flag. Remove the flag here. It means the guys are okay. You see, remove the flag. The guy have got a new laptop. You move to review, and that's it. You move to review, in progress to review, and you do this within the 2 weeks. Within the 2 weeks, you guys have finished this work. The work is finished, and we're happy. Then we'll invite, at this point, we invite the stakeholders. We finish this work. We show the stakeholders what we've done. That's what we call sprint review. And the stakeholders are happy. They make their input. They give us feedback, what they feel about our work. If they are happy, they will express it. If they are not happy, they will tell us, give us their reservation where they are not happy. And then that will help us to work better next time. And after then, we'll have another meeting called retrospective, sprint retrospective, when the team will come together and have a meeting. If we have been having challenges, disagreements, it's time for everybody to open up what we would have done better. That is what we call lesson learned in waterfall environment. In here, Agile, we call it sprint retrospective. That is the same thing we are calling lesson learned. And once we finish, after the whole sprint review meeting and everything about the sprint is over, we close the sprint and we complete the sprint. Once we complete the sprint, this happened within 2 weeks to 1 month. You see, it's clear. If you look at our board, you see that we don't have anything on our board again. You see our board is free again for another round of work. If you come to our product backlog, you can see that the sprint environment is vacant now. There is nothing new, that we are ready for another work. And the team will come back here, select another work. They will keep on cycling. As they are cycling, you see here, the product backlog here is reducing. As it's reducing, the product owner will keep on adding more. You keep on adding more. The boys will keep on, consuming it. You keep on adding more. So we continue to, cycling over and again till thy kingdom come. So that is it about Scrum, which is a framework in agile environment. So let's go back to our notes. I hope this small demonstration will aid our understanding. This is live project that's going on. This is actually what we are seeing here is the Zikura AI you must have been hearing of. We are building. So that's it here. So let's then go through our notes. After this, I'm giving you a whole lot of demonstration for you to understand this. So agile project methodology are iterative approach to project management that prioritize flexibility, collaboration, and responsiveness to change. The methodology promotes incremental delivery of project deliverable and frequent stakeholder feedback and adaptive planning, accommodating evolving requirements and prioritizing backlog throughout the project life cycle. Key principles of agile methodology: iterative. Iterative means sprint, breaking the work down into small manageable portion. So in agile methodology, we divide project work into small manageable iteration or increment known as sprints. Iteration typically ranging from 1 to 4 weeks, which we have already seen it. Each iteration results in a potential shippable product increment, allowing stakeholders to provide feedback early and often. Another principle of Agile is collaborative teamwork. The team need to work together. In Agile, it emphasizes collaboration, communication among cross-functional teams, including Scrum Master, developers, stakeholders, and everyone. You must work together. The team work closely together throughout the project lifecycle, sharing knowledge, insight, and responsibility to deliver high-quality outcome. Customer collaboration. Agile methodology prioritizes customer satisfaction, which I told you about Apple, by involving stakeholders, end users, customers in the project development process. So what's happening is that the product owner goes to the customers to capture this requirement, to gather feedback. That is the work of product owner or the product manager. Regular stakeholder feedback involves and users involved help ensure that the project delivers value and meets customers' need effectively. What we are building, we are not building it for high-level stakeholders, because when we are doing some work, so many of us will want to satisfy the stakeholder. Yes, it's good to satisfy the stakeholder, but the stakeholders are not the main important people. They are not the main important people. The main important people are the customers. The customers. You might see hire a wedding planner. And the wedding planner, instead of trying to satisfy the customer, who are the wedding attendees, people who are come for that wedding, they focus on trying to make sure that they satisfy the bride and bridegroom. They can give them wine. They are the hosts. They want their guests to be happy. You are not supposed to be attending to them. If you are a very good project manager, where your efforts should be on those who came to that wedding. Are they eating? Are they drinking? Are they happy? Not the stakeholders, the owner of that party, the father or the mother. These are the hosts. So the customers are always should be our priority if you want that company to excel. Because they are the people that are going to buy the product. The stakeholders that bring the money that you are building the product for, they are not going to use the product. Many of them are not going to use the product. You are building a block of flats. You should want to know, if you are building it for students, you want to know what students want to have in that block of flats. Not the owner of the person bringing the money. He might not ever want to live in that block of flats. All he wants is a return on investment. And if you want return on investment, you must talk to students who are going to use that block of flats. That's the way the Agile works. And if you work with customers, you see that even before you finish building your product, bringing it to the market, is already gone. Because you are meeting their need. So that is customer. And that's why you say customers are king. So adaptive planning, agile methodology embrace changes and uncertainties, recognizing that project requirements and priorities may evolve over time. Yes, that's why we involve customers. It changes. You see, so many of you are working hard to become project managers. And I myself, I'm working hard to make sure that you become a project manager and to get a good job in the market. And all of a sudden, boom, AI comes. Now they are not just looking for a project manager, they want a project manager that have knowledge of AI. What did I do? As a product owner, I quickly introduced AI prompt engineering, which is very hot in the market now. So every project manager, you must know AI. Every business analyst, you must know AI. I have already introduced it. That is evolving, market changing. And that is it. For a good product owner, as the market is changing, you are changing with the market to make sure that your customers are happy at all times. Any of you who come tomorrow and say, Mr. Chassis deceived us, I told you that market have changed and I've already introduced it at a meager price because I know how much they are paying to learn this AI, and I'm giving it out at a meager price. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people are just securing jobs every day. Even now I have someone requesting me to give one of our students requesting for reference letter from me. Agile, AI development officer. That's the job she got here in London, AI development officer. So, and that is it. So this is where we have what we call adaptiveness of the market, evolving, you see. Project requirements evolves over time. And that is it. This project is project management project. The requirement is evolving. You must now have to add knowledge of AI. That is what I'm trying to show. I'm not selling market, I'm teaching what I've seen here. So Agile team adapts and adjusts their plan, process, and deliverable based on feedback and changing circumstances, maximizing project flexibility and responsiveness. And then the popular framework. In Agile, we have a popular framework called Scrum, which I've just demonstrated how the Scrum work for you in a product called Jira. Sorry, the environment where I demonstrated is called Jira. That is the popular Jira you see, you hear, you do this. Do you have a knowledge of Jira? Everybody must have knowledge of Jira. Or Azure DevOps. But Jira is free. And the freeness is till thy kingdom come, forever free. If you are using it within just 10 users. If you want to use more than 10 users, you need to pay for it. So this is how Scrum works. It comes with different sprints. You see, I've just finished one sprint. What planning to enter another sprint? You see sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, and they keep on spinning off all over. It's a cycle. Keep on. That is how sprint works. So Scrum is widely used agile framework that emphasizes iterative development, self-organizing, cross-functional team, and time-box sprint iteration. So these are some of the keywords we are going to be hearing. Like this one is called time box. Okay, time box. And I see my laptop is not charging. Okay, it's not. Sorry, guys. It was charging. Okay. So here is we are going to be hearing a lot of keywords in Agile. We are going to be hearing self-organizing. We are going to be hearing cross-functional team. We are going to be hearing time box. We are going to be hearing sprint. We are going to be hearing iteration. We are going to be hearing product owner, Scrum master, Scrum planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, sprint retrospect. These are key words. You need to memorize all of them. It's important. That is their language. If you want to be here, you need to speak their language. So self-organizing is that the team, nobody disturbs them. They work on their own. They choose what to work on. And once they start their work, even the CEO cannot come and tell them what they are doing. No. The only person that states what they do is the product owner. Even the CEO cannot come and tell them to stop work. They are not going to listen to you. You, the CEO that owns Google, you have no right to go and tell the team. If you want to do that, according to Scrum Guide, tell the product owner, and then the product owner will communicate it to them. So the product owner and the Scrum Master, they shield them from the aggressive stakeholders. They don't need distraction. As a matter of fact, when you are working, coding, developers, programmers, they don't need distraction. Because even if you miss a full stop, it's going to cause a lot of problem. Just a full stop while in your code. So they need attentiveness. And these developers are made up of different types of developers. You can see a PHP developer. You can see Python developer. You can see all sorts of developers coming together. Testers, different designers, UX, All of them are cross-functional team, different roles and responsibilities. Business analysts, all of them will come together as a team, and we'll call all of them put together developers. So developers are not only the programmers, even the business analyst is part of the developers. That's what we call them cross-functional. They are different teams, but they come together, cross-functional team. Then we'll have time box. Time box is, it must be time bound. You cannot, when you say that something is a time box, 15 minutes time box, means you cannot exceed 15 minutes. When we say that the sprint is 1 month time box, it means that it cannot exceed 1 month. So you see, and time boxed sprint, meaning sprint that has a duration that no matter what, it cannot exceed. You cannot say we need extra time. No, you can. Nobody is adding extra time. One is 2 weeks. Whatever you've done, bring it out. Let's see it. So, and we'll talk about iteration, a small portion. So, Scrum defines specific rules. These are specific rules. Events, artifacts, such as product owner. That is the owner of the whole product backlog. Scrum Master. Scrum Master is the project manager in this year, but is a it's called servant leadership. Servant leader. Sprint planning. We've talked about sprint planning and daily stand-up. Daily stand-up is a period of time. When you start this Scrum, every day the team must meet. And that meeting is just for 15 minutes. Within that 15 minutes, they will talk about what they've done the previous day, what they are going to do that particular day, and challenge everyone is having. They need to talk about it. Everybody needs to come and state this before they start. And it's going to be just for 15 minutes. It cannot exceed 16 minutes. So it's another time boxed daily Scrum. You can call it daily stand-up, whichever name. You will hear daily Scrum, daily stand-up, daily is the same thing. Then we have sprint review. Sprint review is the time we come to show the stakeholders what we've done. You can equally hear sprint demo. They call it demo or review. Whichever way one you hear review or demo, they are the same thing. And then we'll hear sprint retrospective. That is lesson learned, which we've done is exactly the same thing we do in lesson learned. You know, all these are done to facilitate project management and collaboration. That's it. And if you look at this diagram, that is the way it works. This is the Scrum team. Everybody within these boxes, they are all Scrum team. You see the main person here, product owner. You gather requirements from the business owner. You gather requirements from end users and customers and subject matter expert. And this is the Scrum Master, facilitating a lot of meetings, managing everybody, making sure that things are moving according to plan. So here are them. Scrum Master. This is the Scrum Master. This is what the Scrum Master does. This is the responsibilities of a Scrum Master. Let's look at it. So responsibilities of a Scrum Master, for some of you who want to be a Scrum Master, the Scrum Master serves as a facilitator, coach, protector of the Scrum team, ensuring efficient collaboration and adherence to Agile principle. Responsibilities: fostering communication, create clear communication channel, translate complex idea to better understanding, protecting the team, acting as a buffer between the team and distraction. They don't want distraction. I've said that already. Shielding team from unnecessary pressure from management, which is stakeholders. So you can't come to that team. You shield them. That is your duty as a project manager. You don't expose your voice. You protect your voice. Then tool maintenance is the duty of the Scrum Master to make sure that all the tools, you saw when the laptop crashed, how the Scrum Master rally around to make sure that a new laptop was provided. So managing and maintaining agile tools, ensuring seamless use of collaborative platform. Metrics and reporting, tracking projects using burn down charts, velocity reports. I talk about sprint point. We call it velocity. Velocity helps us to know the capacity of the team. Providing data-driven insight for continuous improvement. Meeting facilitation, organizing daily, these are meetings. All this is here are meetings. Daily stand-up is a daily meeting, happen within 15 minutes. We have sprint planning. Sprint planning can last for 4 hours. Then we have sprint review, it can last for 2 hours. We have sprint retrospective, it can last for 3 hours as well. And then ensuring meeting remains productive and goal-oriented. Acting as a coach, agile coaching, providing best practice at the team and organizational level, encouraging a culture of continuous learning and adaptiveness, and team support, resolving conflict and disagreement, fostering team morale and collaboration, removing blockers, identifying and eliminating obstacles, ensuring uninterrupted workflow for the team. All these are the work of Scrum Master. So if you want to be a Scrum Master, this is what you're going to be doing. Scrum Master is a project manager, but in agile environment. So why this matters? It boosts productivity, enhances agile adoption, encourages self-organizing team, drive continuous improvement. And then we'll talk about product owner. This is the product owner. Let's look at the responsibilities of a product owner. The product owner is responsible for maximizing the value of the product and ensuring alignment between the stakeholders and the development team. This is their responsibilities here. Managing backlog. Define, prioritize, and maintain product backlog. Ensure backlog items are clear, concise, and well-defined. Work closely with stakeholders and Scrum team to define and refine requirements. Stakeholder management, act as the bridge between the business stakeholders and the Scrum team. Gather feedback and align product vision with customers' need. Communicate expectation, priorities, and business goals effectively, and manages releases. Determine when and what to be released based on business value. Collaborate with team to ensure smooth incremental delivery. Manages timeline and expectation of market readiness. And what and why this matters: ensures the team is working on highest priority tasks. Keep stakeholders engaged and informed. Help deliver valuable increment effectively. That is the work, responsibilities of a product owner. And then we'll talk about the third arm of the Scrum, which is the developer. These are the developers. You can see them. We used to call them development team, but recently they changed the name to just developers. What the development team does: development team in Scrum is a cross-functional, self-organizing group responsible for delivering high-quality product increment. What is their responsibilities? Self-organizing, they plan and manage work independently. They don't need any kind of distraction. Collaborate without direct supervision. Design, create user-friendly functional design. Ensure alignment with business and user need. Development, build the product increment based on backlog item. Implement coding best practice and standard. And the user experience, enhance usability and interaction design, focus on improving customer satisfaction. Testing, ensure functionality, thoroughly automated manual testing. Identify and resolve defects. Defects are bugs early. Delivery, provide working software at the end of the sprint and ensure the product meets definition of done. Definition of done is that it's ready, it meets all the necessary requirements. And all the necessary requirement involves every user story must pass the acceptance criteria. So, and then why it matters: drives collaboration and innovation, enable fast and high quality product delivery, ensure continuous improvement through iteration. So that is it. And the Scrum process. We already see the Scrum process at the beginning of this work. You see, I told you guys, this is the product backlog. The team here select work from the product backlog, but the whole product backlog is being planned by this product owner. The product owner plan the work. The team, the Scrum team, select items from the product backlog. They plan and they become sprint backlog. They build it over time. They deliver. They have a review. They always have a Scrum meeting every day, and it comes to keep on revolving over 1 to 4 weeks, and they go back. And as this work is going on, there's what we call product backlog refinement. Every week, the team must come to refine the product backlog, making the backlog ready for another work. So, Scrum workflow. Under Scrum workflow, we see product backlog. So from product backlog, managed by the product owner, contain prioritized features, enhancement and fixes, inputs from end users, customers, stakeholders, and the team. Then it boils down to sprint planning meeting. The team selects product backlog item to commit to the sprint. The outcome now becomes the sprint backlog. And and the sprint backlog. The sprint goal and the sprint backlog. And within 1 to 4 weeks, that is what we call sprint. A time-box iteration where selected work is developed. No changes to sprint scope or goal once started. You see, I said it earlier, you cannot change it. You can't say I need more time. You can't change it. That is the guide here. Daily Scrum. It means stand-up meeting. Like I told you, you can call it daily Scrum, you can call it stand-up meeting. Facilitated by the Scrum Master. Team sync on progress, blockers, and plan for the day. Updates are made on artifacts as needed. You need to state what you've done, what you are doing, and what you are planning to do, and the challenges you are having. And review, sprint review. Sprint review, the team presents potentially shippable product. That is MPV, minimum viable product. Yeah, call it MVP, minimum viable product. Bracket. Stakeholders provide feedback. Product owner may update the backlog based on insights. Sprint retrospective, which I told you that is lesson learned. Internal Scrum team meeting to reflect on sprint, to identify what went well, what need to be improved, and action item for the next sprint. And key roles. We've talked about product owner, Scrum Master, and development team. We'll talk about them. And Scrum is very powerful. While Scrum encourages adaptive planning and quick iteration, ensure continuous feedback and improvement, enhances team collaboration and transparency. Yeah, and here are all the events. So we'll talk about all these events here. We already spoke about them: sprint planning, daily Scrum. We'll talk about all of them here. So I'm going to script that. And equally, this is what we call Scrum fact sheet. Everything I'll be teaching you is compressed into one sheet. So everything here, so compressed here, I'm going to script this. This is just for you. When you are going to read your note, it's going to aid you. And then we'll talk about the values, the Agile values. Under Agile, we have these 4 Agile manifesto. Agile manifesto stated that individual and collaboration is preferred over processes and tools. Working software is better than comprehensive documentation. They are criticizing waterfall approach. Waterfall believe in extensive documentation. You must do stakeholder analysis. You must do all these solutions, evaluation, all those intensive documentation. Agile is saying that after all this high, serious documentation, and you provide a software that is not working, it doesn't make sense. So it means that working software is better than comprehensive documentation. And customer collaboration over contract negotiation. That's what they mean, because in Agile, they believe so much in collaborating with customers. But in the waterfall, they keep on negotiating contracts, this and that, everything stiff and everything bureaucratic. And responding to change is better than following a plan. In waterfall, you must follow the plan. You see, they have a charter, project charter. You must follow the project charter. You can't deviate from the plan. But according to Agile, Agile is a very rugged way of managing projects. Some people call Agile, cowboy approach of project management, because they can jump ship. Any small change in market, they don't jump. So responding to change over following a plan, that is Agile, is extremely flexible. So now we have Agile principles. Customer satisfaction, deliver value early and continuously. That's what customer wants. Give them value. They will buy value. Embrace change, adapt to evolving requirements, frequent delivery, deliver working solution frequently. That's what customers want. They don't want you to come and feed them all the features once. They might not know, even like you see them, they might not know that some features are there. But when we keep on giving them small, keep chipping it out, they will be enjoying it. And you pack 500 features, boom. Yeah, they won't even use it. By the time they use all the 500 features, they will even get bored of that product. But once you keep on giving them small, keep delivering it, keep bringing it, they'll be very happy. And that's it, Agile for you. Frequent delivery, deliver working solution frequently. Collaboration, business and developers must work together. Empowerment, build projects around motivated individuals. Face-to-face communication, prioritize direct conversation. That's why I come on telling you, put your cameras, let us do it face-to-face. That is what Agile is saying. Working software, primary measure of progress. Sustainable development, maintain a consistent pace. Technical excellence, maintain high quality. Simplicity, focus on maximizing work. not done. Self-organizing team, encourage team autonomy. Team must be independent. Reflection and improvement. Regularly adjust and refine. And rules here, we'll talk about the rules as well. These are the rules. And the events, we'll already talk about these events. So have sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review. We'll talk about all these sprint retrospective and takeaway here. So we've captured all these things very well for you. But there is another framework in Agile, which is not Scrum. That framework is called Kanban. Kanban is just a board, what we call Kanban. But this time, the Scrum itself has built its Kanban inside the Scrum. But before, Scrum do not used to have Kanban. You need to make use of Kanban. So you have to mix them together. So what is Kanban? Kanban is a board like this, where you have, this is a card under Kanban, to do, in progress, and done. That is Kanban board. You saw it already here. I show you Kanban here, and you saw how it looks like. This is Kanban. Yeah, Kanban board. You see it's to do, in progress, view, done. If you want to add another board, you click here. You click here, this button, you click it, it becomes another board. And when you bring work item here, all those work items you are going to put here, they are going to become card, different card inside the Kanban. That's what we call Kanban. This is another framework. It helps to make the work beautiful, visualizing your work. That is what it means. So in Agile methodology, it's an Agile methodology that focuses on visualizing workflow, limiting work in progress, and continuous delivery. Kanban are used as a Kanban board with column representing different stages of work, with card representing individual tasks or user stories, allowing team to visualize work, identify bottleneck, and optimize workflow. Benefits of Kanban. Benefits of Agile. We're done with Kanban. Benefits of Agile methodology. Agile is flexible and adaptive. Early and frequent delivery of valuable product increments. Enhances collaboration and communication among team members and stakeholders. Improve consistency, visibility, and stakeholder engagement. Greater focus on customer satisfaction and value delivery. It comes with its own challenges as well. Challenges of Agile method require a cultural shift and mindset that changes within the organization. You must change your psyche. So you need to be prepared to work within Agile because it's a general way of working from the traditional approach. So if you have been working with traditional approach for a long time, you are going to struggle. So it's a different kind of two opposing project methodologies. Both of them don't like each other. They don't. They keep on criticizing one another. May not be suitable for projects with fixed requirement or regulatory compliance. They don't like things. Agile hates bureaucracy. That is it. Anything bureaucratic, they don't want it. They want to move. You know, they are just like all these Gen Zs. They're always on the move. They want to get things done, you know. But they are all these old people. They want regulation. They want this. They want that. Before they finish the regulation, the market don't close. People don't buy, market go. And they are still talking about the regulations. Agile do not want that. But you cannot run away from regulatory market. The market must be regulated. Requires active stakeholder involvement and commitment. Provide timely feedback. You must be providing feedback. Like you see, almost every two weeks, we are going to the stakeholder to show them what you guys have done. But in waterfall, they say it's 6 months project. So the team can really work. It's within the 6 months when the job is done, you go and show what you've done. So can be challenging to scale agile practice to large or complex project and organization. So if you want to scale it, you have to be prepared for it. Conclusively, agile project methodology offer flexible and adaptive approach to project management, enabling team to deliver high quality outcome in a dynamic and uncertain environment. Is extremely dynamic and uncertain. By embracing agile principle and practice, organization can increase project success rate, improve stakeholder satisfaction, and provide effectively and respond effectively to changing market condition and customer need. That's the only way to, make sure you are responding to customers. So customers these days are very, their taste is, you can't satisfy their taste. Their appetite is unpredictable. But with agile, you can always match that energy they have. We have resources that will help you. You have to read Scrum Guide. Everybody needs to read Scrum Guide. And for you to read Scrum Guide, you come here to scrum.org. You go to scrum.org. You see a lot of resources. If you want to go write your Scrum Master exam, that is where you are going to do it. And that is scrum.org. That is it here. If you want to let's search for resources, Scrum Guide. Scrum Guide here. Should be here. So you have a lot of resources that can help you here. Okay, let's try from here. Okay, that's it here. That's Scrum Guide. You have to read it. And you must read it. So that is it here. You see it here. Everyone, you need to download it. Yeah, that's Scrum Guide here. I will, if you go to this thing, I will be uploading it. But you can equally download it. Download it here. I'm going to upload everything for you, but that is it here. So in case you want to get it from your note, I will copy this as well. So if you just come to this note, want to straight to Scrum Guide. That is it here. Direct to Scrum Guide. Everybody must read it. It's an assignment. You must read this Scrum Guide. Scrum Guide, everyone. It's around 20 pages. Within 4 hours, you should be done with that. So you can understand everything I'll be saying. It's important. So if you want to write exams, certification, then all of them are here. You have to start from Professional Scrum Master. This is Scrum Master. This is where I started all my journey. I've written all these exams those days when I was thinking once I have all this certification. But the truth is that it wasn't the certification that gave me all this, but it's good as well. So if you want to take it, this is the page. You come to start from Professional Scrum Master 1. You look at it here. It costs, this is the price here, $2,200 per attempt. When I did my own, it was $60. When I wrote it, it was $60. I got it in first attempt. I'm not bragging, but I almost scored everything. I think around 90-something%. So yeah, that's it. You can do it. If you come back, here you see the total, this thing here. Certification details. You must score 85% in the 60 minutes. That is 1 hour. And the number of questions is 80 questions. You must answer 80 questions in 60 minutes and score 85%. And it's multi-choice, multi-answer, true or false. It comes in different languages like English, Japanese, China, and yeah. So, and recommended courses. This is instructor. If you want to instructor-led, if you just read this my notes and read Scrum Guide very well and follow practice, this is Open Scrum. This is also Open Scrum is a practice question. If you follow it, there's no need of you going to pay this ridiculous amount of money. So if you see, let's see. Some of them charges up to $1,000 dollars. Yeah. But me, I didn't pay that money. I have to read it. I'm gonna write my exams. So yeah. If you this is the daybreaker here. You see Open Scrum. It comes with 25 questions. What I did is that you keep on generating question from a pool. This is it from here, Open Scrum. You see Open Scrum. Let me give it to you guys again, because I'm a very nice guy. So if you want to start assessment, this open assessment is free. You keep on generating questions, 25 questions. All you want to do, because you need to, is 80 questions. You keep on generating. Where it is generating this question is where that question answers what we were going to write in the original essay. All you need to do is keep on practicing it. If you can practice it 4 times and score 100%, pass all of them, just gonna write the exams. Yeah. But if you are not scoring, so what I did is I scored 25 over 25, 25 over 25, that is 50 over 50. I scored another 25 over 25, 25 over 25. That is 100 over 100. And that's it. I just went and took my exam. I scored around 90 something, around 95%. It's only one question that I failed. And that's it. And that's how he gave me the morale. I go and wrote other ones and passed, and my morale become excessively. I jump into product ownership. I started smashing the product ownership, and that's how I become a scrum master, become a product owner and a product manager. And I've worked as product owners in so many places. Yeah, so that's it here. The same thing here with product ownership. If you go down here, you see the same thing. It's the same 200 and the same 80%, and they have open Scrum as well. And yeah, that's it. So that's all you need, and you become a Scrum Master. They have, you see, all of them have. Once you become, have this, you are already a senior colleague here. So that's it. A lot of trainings here. If you want to schedule a training, these are all training consultants. Well, I'm here. So there's a lot of resources here to help you. That's what I'm trying to show you. If you want to write, but you can get a job without even writing all these things. That is the simple truth. You don't need, if you want to, these are trainers. You know? This one is, you see, this trainer is in Finland. This one is United States. This is Canada. So if I want to start training here, I'll just register and start training. I've got all the things they want. So they'll be taking commission from all the things and this one is Poland. So whichever language you want to, they have them here. And this one is from India. This one is United States. And this one is in United Kingdom. They're all trainers. Their prices are not here, but they're not taking anything less than, I don't know, but I know they charge us as much as 1,000 pounds. I'm just trying to see if I can see the prices here. That's what I'm just, but they hide their prices. Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Okay, that's it. So I have 5 minutes to ask me questions. 5 minutes. And 5 minutes to ask questions. Okay. I hope you guys are good. Are we good?
We are good, sir. We are good, sir.
Yeah, fine.
I say
My
you guys.
hand is actually raised for a question, Mr. Charles. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
I've been saying ask your question.
Okay, I was actually waiting for you to acknowledge that. Okay, good evening.
Let's usher in Enobo King. Yeah, Enobo King, everybody usher in Enobo King to ask a question. Yeah, you happy?
Good evening, Mr. Giles. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for the class. There is a point I missed out on, which I would need you to take again, please. Sprint velocity.
What?
I really didn't get the what you described the sprint velocity as.
I
Please,
said
could you?
velocity. What the velocity serve is, it talks about the capacity of the team. That is the sprint velocity, and we get that from the sprint story point. So why we are creating story points, we want to understand the team capacity to make sure that the team are not taking more than they can chew. For instance, if this velocity is 40, 40, 40. So press sprint, we'll find out that this story point is 40. The next sprint, the story point is 40. That is how much they can complete. Another one 40. It means that the velocity, the sprint velocity is 40. That is the average, their skill, the level of work they can take at a particular period of time. So if you are the Scrum Master, if you have mastered their velocity, if their velocity is 40 and now they want to take 60 story points, you ask them, why are you taking 60 story points? I know you guys cannot finish 60 story points within 2 weeks. Why? Because you already know their velocity, you know their capacity. That is their capacity. If they want to take 20 story points, you say, no, you guys have been consuming 40. Why are you taking 20 this time around? We want to be lazy about. So that is it. So that is velocity, trying to help you to understand the capacity of the team and plan work within their capacity. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Any more questions? We'll have only 1 minute. I can still take a question. All right. Yeah, make it in 1 minute.
Hi, Mr. Charles. Good evening.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask if you have to write the PMP before you do the Scrum Master.
What?
You have to write the PMP exam first before you do the Scrum Master.
Don't need to write PMP. Scrum has nothing to do with PMP. They are different certifications. If you want to be a general project manager, you go for PMP. You know, general project manager, conventional project manager. Well, when we talk about sprints, we'll talk about agile. You know, they are on their own. So they are all different. You know, PMP is very costly as well. All of them are costly. You know, but PMP, I think the exam is almost costly up to 2,000 or whatever these days. But so many people from our class, I want to finish. I've seen 3 people, they finish our class, they just smash their PMP. We just a piece of cake from them. So what we are doing here is like, so you don't need any other. If you want to take this class seriously, give you anything you want in project management. And with this class, we'll have this night, the sprint. If you are very clever, you can just go smash the sprint Scrum Master and become Scrum Master or Product Owner. So it's just very easy. Because everything that they are going to face there is what will capture here. And once you follow that practice test, that's it. So for some of you who do not have any background at all, who I know so many of us here feel so inferior, you know, this complex. I studied mass communication, you know, because you studied mass communication, you feel I'm not techie, I don't have techie background. It doesn't matter. But if you are feeling that and you want that confidence, you can just go and take Scrum Master. You already have certification, globally recognized. And one thing with this Scrum.org, we have Scrum Alliance. So if you are planning to take your exams, we have Scrum.com. Mind this, Scrum.com. They are called Scrum Alliance. They equally offer Scrum Master certification. Then we have Scrum.org, which the one I showed you guys. Or they equally issue Scrum Master certification. But the difference is that Scrum.org is more rigorous, but you can take it online. You can book it no matter where you are. You are in Nigeria, you are in Ghana, Cameroon, Kenya, Uganda. You can book it from your house and write it and pass it. It's tougher, yes, but you can do it and pass it. And it's forever. It doesn't require renewal. You don't renew it. It's forever. But if you go for Scrum.com, which is from Scrum Alliance, you have to go to their dedicated center. You do the training there. They will train you and they'll set an exam for you, you'll pass. Why so many industries, they do not recognize that, but during so many places they go for that, they will make sure, because you pay ridiculous amount of money, you pay like 2,000 for the training, or let's say, like far back when I was thinking of it, there's time I was in Nigeria, you were around there, just training alone was around 900,000, you know, like those days. I don't know what it is now. But if you go to Nigeria, like if you go to Lagos, if you go to Abuja, you see where you write it. The disadvantage of that is that you have to renew it, I think, every 2 years or 3 years. You have to go and renew it. You might go to renew it and you might equally fail, you know. But this one, Scrum.org, is one time. Once you get it, you don't need the renewal. It's forever. So, just for you to know, before you say that Charles did not explain this to us well. So, thank you, everyone. And I'm hoping to see you becoming a Scrum Master, you know. I've already shown you everything you need. I've shown you the environment where you are going to work in Jira, how you are going to plan. You have spread everything in Jira. I've shared everything. So it's up to you to become what you want to be. Good night.
Good night, Mr.